In the beginning, where the White Nile converges with the Blue Nile at Al-Magran, the cradle of Khartoum was born, a living testament to the meeting of waters, cultures, and destinies. Founded in 1821 by Isma'il Kamil Pasha, son of Muhammad Ali Pasha, this settlement emerged beside ancient Soba as a modest outpost that would grow into a city pulsing with trade, ambition, and a complex legacy. In the desert's heart, Khartoum became both beacon and crucible. Floods in 1854 ravaged the city, only to see it reborn in mud and stone. It rose, straddling caravan routes and tangled in the tragic commerce of enslaved peoples, its soul forged amid cultural collisions and colonial power plays. Then came the siege of 1884 to 85, when General Gordon's defiant stand and the Mahdists' brutal conquest reshaped the city's fate. Khartoum lay shattered, abandoned, only to be resurrected by Herbert Kitchener's Union, jack-mapped streets and colonial architecture, becoming the capital of Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. As the 20th century dawned, the city buzzed with Victorian facades, a red brick governor's palace, and academic institutions like Gordon Memorial College, later the University of Khartoum. Railways to Port Sudan linked Khartoum to the wider world. With Sudan's independence in 1956, the city claimed its crown anew as the nerve center of a sovereign nation, its institutions and spirit flourishing amid the desert's sun. Khartoum grew, inviting exiles, intellectuals, refugees, building, even in the face of upheaval, a mosaic of cultures and histories, from the educational sanctuaries of the University of Khartoum and Sudan, University of Science and Technology, to the treasures of the National Museum and the botanicals of Mogran's gardens. Yet even this sanctuary was not immune to turmoil. The hostage crisis of 1973, waves of refugees' displacement, and the tense sands shifting with each political storm. The city endured, but then came 2023. Into its veins bled the darkest chapter of all. On 15th April, the Rapid Support Forces struck like thunder, seizing the airport, the presidential palace, bridges, setting in motion the longest, deadliest urban battle in Sudan's history. Khartoum became a crucible of gunfire, grief, and rubble, captive to a war between RSF and the Sudanese Armed Forces, led by Generals Hemedti and Al-Burhan. What followed was a symphony of destruction, mass killings, sexual violence, erasure of heritage. The Acropole Hotel, the nation's oldest icon, was deserted, treasures looted from the National Museum, bridges shattered, neighborhoods turned to dust. Tuti Island, once a peaceful haven, became a cage under siege, a prison where thousands were held captive, traumatized, and then driven out as refugees in their own city. The numbers are staggering: over 61,000 lives lost in Khartoum state alone, millions displaced, many starving in exodus, and the city's vital arteries severed. Yet, amid the grief, a spark of defiance survived. In early 2025, the Sudanese Armed Forces fought back, retaking the airport, the presidential palace, Tuti Island, the bridges, the Corinthia Hotel, and the General Intelligence Headquarters. On 26th March, Al-Burhan declared, "Khartoum is free." Still, the city lies wounded, scarred as rarely any capital has been. Museums emptied, infrastructure in ruins, the airport gutted, heritage stolen or blasted, essential systems collapsed. And the humanitarian crisis? The world watches: 150,000 dead, 13 million displaced, famines sprawling across the land, children vanishing from classrooms, making Sudan one of the gravest weight upon the conscience of the planet. Yet, in Khartoum's memory lies possibility. From the convergence of rivers, from the ruins of colonial ambition, from the strokes of a renaissance in the 20th century, this city has always been more than bricks and mortar. It is the pulse of Sudan's soul. Now in the silent aftermath, it remains a canvas of memory and hope. If rebuilt, Khartoum could rise again, as a reaffirmation of culture, resilience, and unity. It could host new narratives of healing, of shared identity, of rivers running clean again, of voices echoing across the Nile, not of bullets, but of redemption. In cinematic sweep, Khartoum stands between memory and oblivion, between ruin and rebirth. Its story is unfinished. May its next act be written by hands that remember its tragedies, honor its heritage, and dare to dream a future where gardens bloom by the confluence. Children laugh in classrooms and the city, once again, breathes free.